Hello, class 9 students. Here I am back with part 2 of the chapter The Shehnai of Bismillah Khan of your book Beehive, prescribed under NCERT curriculum. So, why to wait? Let's proceed into the chapter right now. So, in the sixth paragraph of the chapter, let's see what it has, the surprises for us about the life of Ustad Bismillah Khan, which is a great source of inspiration to lot many musicians and apprentice musicians. At the age of 14, Bismillah accompanied his uncle to Allahabad Music Conference. So when he was 18 years old, he went to Allahabad Music Conference. At the end of his recital, Ustad Fayaz Khan patted the young boy's back and said, "Work hard and you shall make it." Okay, so Ustad Fayaz Khan was so impressed that he gave blessings to the child to keep working hard, and one day he's going to scale the heights and he's going to touch the sky. And really it happened. The blessings proved to be true, and Bismillah Khan became the world's famous Shehnai player. With the opening of All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938 came Bismillah Khan's big break. He soon became an often heard Shehnai player on the radio. So whenever you switched on the radio, like there were certain time when you switch on the radio and you could hear the melodious sound of the Shehnai played by Ustad Bismillah Khan. So with this, in the sixth passage, we came to know how Bismillah Khan achieved his success and how this All India Radio contributed in the great success of Ustad Bismillah Khan. Let's proceed for the next paragraph, that is paragraph number 7. Let's move on it. India gained independence on 15th August 1947. Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to greet the nation with his Shehnai. So, after the independence, the first Shehnai that was played on the Red Fort was being played by Ustad Bismillah Khan. He got this honor to play Shehnai at the Red Fort. Till date, it is a tradition that whenever the flag is being hoisted on 15th August at Red Fort, it starts with the Shehnai playing. He poured his heart out into Rag Kafi from the Red Fort to an audience which included Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who later gave his famous Tryst with Destiny speech. Okay, so there were quite famous people sitting there who had enjoyed the music of Shehnai. Let's see what this 8th paragraph has for us about Ustad Bismillah Khan. Bismillah Khan has given many memorable performances both in India and abroad. His first trip abroad was to Afghanistan. So he first of all went to Afghanistan, where King Zahid Shah was so taken in by the maestro that had gifted him priceless Persian carpet and other souvenirs. Afghanistani king was so impressed by the maestro Ustad Bismillah Khan that he could not help himself, and he presented Bismillah Khan with the priceless Persian carpets and many other souvenirs. The king of Afghanistan was not the only one to be fascinated with Bismillah Khan's music. Film director Vijay Bhatt was so impressed after hearing Bismillah Khan's play at a festival that he named a film after the instrument called Goonj Uthi Shehnai. So, Bismillah Khan gave an inspiration to Vijay Bhatt, the famous director, who made a film after the name of Shehnai, and the title of the film was Goonj Uthi Shehnai. The film was a hit. The film Goonj Uthi Shehnai was a hit, And one of Bismillah Khan's compositions, Dil ka khilona hai toot gaya, turned out to be a nationwide chartbuster. It became a national famous song which was sung by every other person at that time, and it is still a famous song sung by many musicians. Many aspiring musicians try this song also to make them perfect in certain ragas and the Indian music style. Despite his huge success in the celluloid world. Now what is celluloid world? That is the film industry. Bismillah Khan's venture in film music were limited to two: Vijay Bhatt's Goonj Uthi Shehnai and Vikram Srinivas' Kannada venture Sanadi Appanna. Okay, so despite Bismillah Khan had got such a huge success, still he did not wanted to work in film industry. He only worked in two films. One is the Hindi film Goonj Uthi Shehnai, and another was the Kannada film. What is his opinion about? He said, I just can't come to terms with the artificiality and glamour of the film. He did not like the artificiality and glamour of the film word. He says with emphasis. So he did not like, why he stopped working in the film industry was that he did not like the way the things are made artificial. I mean, once playing is been cut, recut, and he did not like that thing. He was a player of music. He wanted to play the music from heart, and he always used to pour out his heart whenever he played music. Let's see what this 9th paragraph has for us about the famous musician Ustad Bismillah Khan. Awards and recognition came thick and fast. Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to be invited to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall in the United States of America. He also took part in the World Exposition in Montreal, in Cannes Arts Festival, and in the Osaka Trade Fair. So well known did he become internationally that an auditorium in Tehran was named after him. Tahir Mosiki Ustad Bismillah Khan. Okay, he had not played only in India. He became famous internationally once. He was playing in America, Montreal, Osaka. There wasn't any place where he was not invited, and people got so impressed that they started naming their buildings, monuments, and openings of the musical and institutes, etc. after Bismillah Khan. So it so happened in Tehran, where Tahir Mosiki Ustad Bismillah Khan was the name of the auditorium, okay, there, which was built after Bismillah Khan played Shehnai there. National awards like Padma Shri, the Padma Bhushan, and the Padma Vibhushan were conferred on him. So he was conferred by men, you name the award, any prestigious award, he was conferred that, he was awarded that, he was presented those awards. His achievements are so great that it's really difficult to keep them, to just pen down in words. Okay, let's see 11th paragraph first. In 2011, Ustad Bismillah Khan was awarded India's highest civilian award, Bharat Ratna. It is already mentioned. It is said here again. With the coveted award resting on his chest and his eyes glinting with rare happiness, he said, all I would like to say is, teach your children music. This is Hindustan's richest tradition. Even the West is now coming to learn our music. So Bismillah Khan, when he was presented the award, he just requested the audience to make their children learn the great Indian traditional music, which has got internationally recognized, and internationally the foreigners, the people, the children from foreigners, our musicians from foreigners are moving to India to learn this rich traditional Indian music. Then why as Indians we are not inculcating, we are not trying to pass on this music tradition onto our next generation? This was the message that Ustad Bismillah Khan gave at that time with quite a great emotion when he was presented the Bharat Ratna Award in 2001. Okay, so we are here on the 12th paragraph. In spite of having travelled all over the world, Khan Sahib, as he is fondly called, is exceedingly fond of Banaras and Dumaran, and they remain for him the most wonderful towns of the world. A student of his once wanted him to head a Shehnai school in USA, and the student promised to recreate the atmosphere of Banaras by replicating the temples there. But Khan Sahib asked if he would be able to transport river Ganga as well. Okay. Once he got an option by one of his international students who proposed him to be the head of a musical institution that he is desiring to open there in USA, and he promised Bismillah Khan that he will be replicating the scene of Banaras Ghat there, because for Bismillah Khan the most beautiful cities, and he was very fond of Banaras and Dumaran. Everywhere he used to go and he was always thinking of Banaras and Dumaran. Okay, so he proposed that I will be preparing the replica, I will be just making the institute in such a way that you will have the glimpse of temples at the Ghat there. But what was a surprising and stunning question asked by Bismillah Khan? He said, if you could transport river Ganga here in USA, then I'm ready to head the institute. So that means the child, it was a direct no that he won't be able to work there, because he is from the core of the heart, he is present, he fails to be present there along with river Ganga. He is remembered to have said, that is why whenever I am in foreign country, I keep yearning to see Hindustan. While I am in Mumbai, I think of only Banaras and the holy Ganga. And while in Banaras, I miss the unique Matha of Dumaran. So he was very much attached with these two places. That is what described in this paragraph. So in this blue highlighted area, this is an excerpt of an interview taken that was published in Reader's Digest in October 2005, in which Shekhar Gupta, I'm just going to speak the dialogue, later on I'll be narrating it. Shekhar Gupta, when partition happened, didn't you and your family think of moving to Pakistan? Bismillah Khan, God forbid. Me, leave Banaras? Never. I went to Pakistan once. I crossed the border just to say I have been to Pakistan. And I was there for about an hour. And I said namaskar to Pakistanis and salam alaikum to Indians. I had a good laugh. Okay, he said that. Bismillah Khan never yearned to go to Pakistan at the time of partition. He always wanted to be near the Banaras Ghat, and he could never think of leaving Banaras. Ustad Bismillah Khan's life is a perfect example of the rich cultural heritage of India, one that effortlessly accepts that a devout Muslim like him can very naturally play Shehnai every morning at the Kashi Vishwanath temple. So his life is a perfect example of harmony and national integration of the cult of the religious harmony, where a Muslim is allowed to enter in a temple and play Shehnai on everyday basis. So with this, we come to the end of the chapter, and let's read what is given in that bracketed text. Ustad Bismillah Khan passed away on 21st August 2006 at the age of 90 after a prolonged illness. He was given a state funeral, and the government of India declared one day national mourning for him. So, Ustad Bismillah Khan is not within us now as he died on August 21st in 2006, and he died because he was quite old in age. He was 90 years in age, and he had been suffering from some illness for quite a long time. And to give him a tribute, he was given state funeral. On the day of his death, the government of India also declared one day of national mourning for Ustad Bismillah Khan. So that is all in this biographical chapter of Ustad Bismillah Khan. So I hope you all have understood each and every word of the chapter, and if you still have some queries, you can put in the comment box, and I would definitely like to clear them out by preparing some videos in the form of question answer videos for you. So bye for now, class 9 students. Do watch my channel regularly, and don't forget to click the bell icon for the updates on my channel. See you till the next chapter. Bye for now.